Hello people of the present if you're watching this live, and people of the future if you're watching a recording. This is the very first live stream of a game of Multiverse Cosmic Conquest between Cheatastcg and Game 1. And I will be the commentator for this round. I am the creator of the game, as you know. So let's see what we have here. At the beginning of the game, players choose their choose what planet in their galaxy deck will be their home planet, and these two players already are pretty familiar with the software, with the OCTGN, which is this virtual tabletop we're using to play the game. So we have an orange deck versus a yellow-green deck. So orange will be Gameg 1, and yellow-green will be Cheatastcg. And now I believe Gameg 1 is getting control of all of the galaxy cards, putting them into his draw pile to shuffle them, and then distribute them one in each space in the galaxy. Let's see. Yes, there it is. We have 18 galaxy cards ready to be distributed. So, this is pretty new to me. I'm not used to do commentary for other people playing games. And apparently I went offline, which is kind of strange because it doesn't look like I went offline. Let's just check really quickly. Well, that doesn't really matter all that much. I'm creating a new... No, I'm not offline. Maybe there's something with your connection, Cheatastcg. Also, don't peek. Although actually you can't peek with my live stream because I don't have access to the player's hands. Anyway, now it's time for you, both of you, to flip coins, or not flip coins, yeah, roll dice. So Gameg 1, Gameg 1 rolls 1 on a 20-sided die, which is awful. And Cheatastcg, it's your turn. This roll will determine who goes first. And he rolls a 19. Okay, not bad. Now the players are loading their arsenal decks, which will be the decks they'll be drawing from during the game. If you're not familiar with the game, I'll be trying to teach you through this game, since it's the first live streamed game of Multiverse Cosmic Conquest ever, so not many people know the rules of this game. If you don't, there's actually a tutorial series up on our YouTube channel. Just type in Multiverse tutorial and you'll get a full series. And it's not quite full right now, but even right now, most of the rules are explained. And it will be done in a week or so. Okay, so we have Gameg 1 deciding to mulligan, which means that he got a bad hand, and he put back the 5 cards that he drew to draw 4 more, not 5 though. Let me just type here, even though he's probably listening. We're not playing just for fun, this is a real tournament, so yeah. That's how mulligans work. If you don't like your first hand of cards, you can take a mulligan and draw, put back the 5 cards and draw 4 after after shuffling the deck. Anyway, so I believe, who goes first? Let's go back here in the chat. I don't exactly remember. Yeah, Gameg 1 goes first, and the first person The person who goes first doesn't draw a card during their first turn. Otherwise, at the beginning of your turn, you draw a card. No, actually, it's you have it wrong. Let me just check again. I think that was correct. Oh yeah, that's right. I was wrong. This, I don't know what these rolls are. Yeah. We'll just wait for the player to start their turn. There we go. And he, for some reason, took an entire turn doing nothing. Well, I guess there's a small hiccup in the program, and we have a good luck high five from Gamek1. I believe that Cheatastcg is a newer player, so maybe we need to remind him how to actually add resource by right-clicking on the card, and it doesn't work for me because I'm just a spectator. So let's just remind him how to do it. I don't know. Should we? Yeah, we probably should. It shows the green on mine. Well, maybe it's because you just went to the regular add markers and not to the add markers where you get to choose what color markers you add. Let's just try again and see if it works. Meanwhile, Gamek1 can have their turn. So the rock planet produces 2 orange resource every turn, and with the 2 resource that was created during their first turn, they played Geocore Warrior. So this appears to be a Geocore deck, which is a legitimate strategy. The Geocores are rock monsters, rock aliens basically, and they focus on boarding enemy ships and attacking them with their units, because the units are made of rock and they're pretty tough. Oh, now we have fixed the problem with Cheatastcg. And this is the Savannah planet, and it's a 2-colored planet, so it creates 1 yellow and 1 green resource every turn. So we have an example of 2 different types of planets. This is a monocolored orange, and this is a 2-colored yellow and green. Yellow and green colors tend to go for a more expansive strategy, and let's see what he's played here. This is his second turn, so he had 4 resource. So he paid 3 to play a green farmer. And as you can read on the card, maybe you can't if it's too small, at the beginning of your turn, if hover farmer is on a planet you control, add green. So this card will get Cheatastcg to a lot more resource a lot quicker if it's on a planet. Of course, this is a pretty good ability to have in the beginning of the game. Plus, if you don't need the resource anymore, you can use the unit as a unit. You can put it into a structure, into a ship, and go around the galaxy. So it's a very versatile card. And here we have from Gamek1 a ship, a very cheap ship with boarding, which is pretty much the best start this deck can have. It has a cheap ship with boarding and a cheap, powerful Geocore Warrior, and that, if unattended, can be really a big pain for their opponent. So we already have a contrast of strategies. The orange player is going for a more direct strategy, more direct approach, at least right now, going for their opponent's home planet. Because if you conquer your opponent's home planet, you win the game. And this player is probably going to go for a more expansive strategy, although it doesn't. We don't know exactly as of yet. Cheatastcg is thinking right now. He has 4 resource, so 1 that was left over from the last turn, and 3 more, 2 from the planet and 1 from the farmer. And he's deciding what to do with his resource. He paid so for 2 yellow and 1 green, something that cost 3. Let's see, what do we have? We have Populate, which is an action card, which means that once you play it, it goes directly to the junkyard, and it says you put 2 green 1/1 units into play onto this space. So essentially, even though it's an action card, it's actually 2 units. And green likes to play a lot of units because green has a very expansive strategy, as I said before. Although right now, with no ships flying around, it's kind of hard to go ahead and start exploring the galaxy, because units can't do that by themselves. They need ships with flight in order to do that. And that, I believe, ends the turn, unless Cheatastcg has something else to play with 1 green resource, maybe a cheap ship. That would be very useful. I'm assuming when he says I will keep it to the side, he means he will keep the card, the Populate card, to the side of the field, to the side of the galaxy. But there's a specific area, this one here, and he put it there. Perfect. I believe it's called just discard pile in this version. It's the junkyard in Multiverse TCG. Anyway, we're in the middle of the next turn for... Oh, wait a second. This is a Savannah planet. It's not ideal for Gamic 1, since he needs orange resource to play things. But there are certain cards that are certain cards that are colorless and require resource of any color. So you can play a colorless card on pretty much any planet. However, there are no colorless units as of yet, so that's limited what you can actually do on your opponent's home planet, your opponent's planets. Now we have another play, another Geocore warrior. These guys are really effective. They don't have any special abilities, but they're really tough. And in a mono orange deck, these can do a lot of work in ships that have boarding. Now this boarding ship is cheap, but it has very it's really frail. It's really easily destroyed. It has 1 power and 1 health, which means that even an asteroid field can destroy the ship, and also that will destroy whatever is inside of it. So it's a bit more of a risky play. But so far, Gamic 1 has been lucky, and he's closing in onto Cheatastcg's home planet. Now, it's Cheetah. Let's just call him TCG. It has a ring to it. So it's TCG's turn. He drew a card. He's adding some resource to his Savannah planet. I would like just to nudge the planet back into the center of the space, but it's fine. We can see the resource. These 2 dark gray dots represent the 2 units that are still there. So it will take some time for Gameg-1, even if he gets to his opponent's home planet to destroy all of the units there, because there's 3 right now. So it will take at least 3 turns. Now we have a play. What's going on? We have a sanction played by TCG. Any one opponent can't pay any resource on their next turn. That's a nice move. That's actually a pretty defensive move. I'm not sure if this is the right moment for it. I guess if you don't have any other plays, that will slow down your opponent. Unfortunately, your opponent still gets the chance to gather the resource and move things around, so it really doesn't hurt them all that much in this situation, but maybe that was the best that TCG has. That's kind of unfortunate. This is looking like it's going to be a very one-sided game. Maybe TCG also needed to mulligan. Yeah, we have another unit here. A Darren Scout, which costs 1 green, and he says when you play... Oh, there's a misprint here. Let me just write it down. Because it's supposed to reference itself. The card is called Darren Scout. Darren Scout. Misprint. I'll have to fix this later. So it's supposed to say when you play Darren Scout, explore any 2 spaces in the galaxy. It used to be called Darren Explorer. That's why there's still this small misprint on the card. He did the right thing. He didn't explore this space, which was going to be explored by Gameg-1 on his next turn. And there's a chance, although I don't know if this galaxy in particular has asteroid fields, there's a chance that this could be an asteroid field and destroy Gameg-1's Gameg-1's ship. So it's now Gameg's turn. Oh, it's looking a bit rough for TCG here. He has his home space pretty well defended. Oh, and now Gameg has moved onto another rock planet, and having a rock planet this close to your opponent's home planet in a direct strategy especially is very powerful. So this will be a really good thing for Gameg. And yeah, I believe that was it for the turn, since he wasn't allowed to pay any resource, right, from the sanction. Let me just check really quickly. Yes, he didn't forget to add resource during the turn. Okay. Now it's TCG's turn. He drew a card and added some resource, did he? On Savannah Planet. 3 resource. So we have quite a bit of resource here. Hopefully he will get a structure, preferably a ship to counter. Okay, we have another sanction. Again, trying to play the long game. We have Gameg saying, really? Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you can't complain too much. You're still getting your resource, and you can play cards later. Although, it is a bit annoying. And TCG, put your card into the junkyard. There you go. And we have Game G1 saying, call him Game G1. Okay, so I'm not going to call you Gameg. That was the last time. Game G1. Okay, I don't know. It's an interesting username. Okay, it's Game G1's turn. Adding resource to all of this line of different planets. Right now, this entire galaxy consists of only planets, which is interesting. It would appear that the orange deck is more direct deck, but judging from all of these rock planets, maybe its original plan was to go expansive. Now, what do we have here? We have a battle. Game G1 took out his Geocore warrior from the ship, which isn't necessary since the ship has boarding. But I guess just in case something weird happens. Let's see. Yeah, something weird happened. We have Cheatastcg playing Ceasefire. All these actions by by TCG. Ceasefire prevents the battle that's starting. So yeah, TCG is defending himself and again playing the long game and not really dealing too much damage, not really counterattacking really, but still remaining alive and at least prolonging the game, hoping, I guess, that he would finally draw a ship to play. Let's see, did he draw a ship? He should start by adding resource to his planet, although right now he would only have 2 resource, so even if he drew a ship, oh no, 3 resource, I forgot about the farmer. 3 resource is a lot more than 2, and maybe that's enough to play a ship if he drew it. Either way, he still has a few turns, although he doesn't want to be put in that position. Okay, let's see. We have sort of an arrow here forming, an arrow of planets. I just center this a little bit. And unfortunately, that's it for TCG's turn. Yeah, we have him complaining. So game G1 starts by adding all of this resource. I'm sure he doesn't even need all of it. Although, yeah, 3 cards. How much can you play on 4 planets? We'll see. 6, 8 resource here, 7 there. That's a lot. 4 here. It's looking tough. Probably what TCG should have done, he should have mulliganed at the beginning, because it doesn't look like he has any ships in hand. And when you don't have any ships in hand at the beginning of the game, usually that's a good sign to mulligan and get a chance to draw both a unit and a ship, because you need both, otherwise one without the other doesn't do much. And now we have game G1 playing a ship called Troc Clamp. Let me just check what it does. It can attack units inside of ships without shields. That's powerful. That's powerful against ships with weak units inside of them. And what do we have here? Another Geocore, a veteran warrior. And all damage dealt to veteran Geocore warrior is reduced by 1. So it has this... I guess it's kind of a shield. It's more of an armor. But it works similar to the shield's mechanic, which prevents 1 or X damage each turn. Let's see. Which turn is it? I'm babbling. I should be commentating. So it's still game G1's turn. He played 2 cards. And he's attacking, right? Yeah, he's attacking the farmer. Makes sense. That's the card that's giving TCG resource advantage, although not in this situation where game G1 has 4 planets. And put 2 damage counters on the Geocore warrior, which still deals 4 damage, so it would still be enough to destroy the scout and also 1 token here. That was a 1/1. Still 3 turns. That would take 3 turns to do. Now it's TCG's turn. Let's see if he has something up his sleeve. He better pull something out. Okay, we have a ship. We found a ship. As cargo and range. Range is actually pretty useful right now, since he can. I don't want to give him too much of an advantage because I'm pretty sure he's looking at the live stream. But there's a move that he can do where he can do a lot of damage to game G1 and not get anything in return. Yeah, we can see. Yes, so much yes. I think TCG knows what's happening here. Let's hope he does the right move. Oh, please do the move so I can commentate on it. I hope you guess it. Anyway, okay, I'll just say it. No, I won't. So how much resource does he have right now? He has 2 green, and that's it. Wait a second. No, he has none, because he didn't have any resource last. I don't remember. Oh, I'm so bad. I'm not a professional commentator or a judge. Okay. So he had enough to play 4 resource cards. Let me just check. He put 2 resource on the Savannah planet. Depends on how many he had before. Guess he had 2 from earlier. And there are so many cards here on top, so that I can't really tell. Let's just pretend that I didn't. Let's just pretend that I was attentive right now, and everything is going according to the rules. Anyway, we have here. That's the right move. We have the flute going to the Savannah planet. And now, since it has range 1, it can still attack anything in range 1. So anything on a space that's adjacent to it. Which means both the Shuna, the ship, both. No, the Geocore Warrior is back into the ship. So I guess not the warrior, but the ship. And that's actually better because. Wait, he didn't do that. Did he? Oh, that was... Why didn't you do it? I'll just write here. That was either a misplay or... Yeah, it was just a misplay or a misclick, I guess. Oh, this can be really bad now. Yep. Well, that just cost you the game, TCG. No, it wasn't. He would have destroyed... Game G1 says it would just be delaying the inevitable. Maybe. He still had 3 units on his home planet, so that would have done something. And now, if TCG had attacked the Shuna, he would have destroyed the Shuna and the Geocore Warrior, and now Game G1 would have had the Caravella and a Revan Boarding Expert, which is just a 1/1. Caravella is a 2/3. Yeah, I guess it's not that great, but yeah, that's pretty much game. And that's the first ever game played live on Twitch of Multiverse Cosmic Conquest. I'm not sure if anybody except for us is watching, hopefully. And sure, let's do a game 2. Will you play with the same decks? Otherwise, I can play, actually. I built a deck specifically for this tournament. Okay. Let's start a new game then. Now the players will exit this lobby. Well, TCG, you didn't get to show off your deck all that well. What should we do? Let's switch things around. Sure. Let's just show the variants of different decks that are available in Multiverse TCG, and now we have both players leaving the lobby and the spectator leaving as well. And this is the game we've just been watching. So, oh, they didn't decide which of the players will be starting the game and which will be joining. I won't be the one starting, obviously, since I'm a spectator. So let's just write down that we have game G1 with 1 win and Cheatastcg with 0 wins. So we're playing we're playing up to 2 wins right now, and the winner of this match will play against me. And I will be changing the rules as the game progresses. No, I'm just kidding. Come on, decide who's going to create the game. Okay, let's wait a little bit for the game to appear here. Cheatastcg would be creating the game right now, and it takes a little bit of time for it to appear here. Actually, game G1 made it. Let's join as a spectator. And let me, there we go, I heard 2 noises, so that means that both of us are here. Let's go full screen. And, ooh, we have a change from Cheatastcg, who is now on the other side of the board. And game G1 playing with his orange deck, which served him well last time. Now both players are dumping their Galaxy cards onto the Galaxy. Maybe not actually both players, just TCG. Game G1 is grabbing control of all the cards and putting them into his Arsenal deck space, like last time, shuffling and distributing them face down, just like last game. Let me just center this a little bit. So now we still have a monocolored deck against a 2-color deck, but hopefully TCG has learned from last game that if he has a bad hand, he probably should just take a mulligan and draw 4 instead. Now players will be loading their Arsenal decks. And game G1 is playing a 41 card deck, interestingly. TCG is playing a 40 card deck. 40 cards is the legal limit. Like, you can have no fewer than 40 cards in your arsenal, but there's no upper limit. So you can have as many as you want, just not fewer than 40. And also you can't have more than 4 copies of any one card. So you can't have just 20 Geocore Warriors, say, and 20 small Shunas. That's not a deck that you can't do that. You have to have a lot of different types of cards. So both players are keeping, which is a good sign. Both players start with five cards. TCG rolls a 16 on a 20-sided die, and we're waiting for game G1. Game G1 is saying there's a 1 million card limit. There's no limit, actually. You can have as many cards as you want, as long... Okay, there's a limit for logistical reasons in the paper version. You're only allowed to have a deck that you're able to shuffle. So you can't, if you have 1 million cards, you need maybe 20 people to help you shuffle it every time you need to shuffle it. And that's, since in paper trading card games usually have a time limit on the on shuffling, that's usually a deterrent. But you can go up to 100, 200, 500, 1,000. That would still be fairly easy to shuffle. Okay, so reroll. Why are you rerolling? Oh yeah, of course, because they both ran as rolled a 16 on a 20-sided die. So game G1 rolls 1 again, and TCG goes. So unlucky with the rolls today. Game G1. So this is a geyser planet, and it produces violet and red. So this should be a very aggressive deck, I am assuming. We don't have a violet marker, so black will be instead of violet. Just keep that in mind for the future. Oh, and we have a play on the first turn. For 1 violet, we have a sewer spill. A reaction that could be played on your opponent's turn, but of course, right now, it makes no sense. You can play it on your turn just as well. So it says, put the top 5 cards of any one player's arsenal into their junkyard. Let's see which player he chooses. I'm not sure. Is this a mill deck he managed to make? Because if so, I'm really impressed. I wasn't planning on a mill strategy in the base set. And apparently, yeah, he decided to dump 5 of his opponent's cards from his arsenal into the junkyard, which is unfortunate since game G1, as we know, is playing on a 41 card deck. This card is a bit weaker than usual. I designed this card so it could be used on both players because Violet has a graveyard theme. Oh, I'm using wrong words. It has a junkyard theme. Where it can bring back cards from the junkyard and use the cards in the junkyard as resource for cards on play. But he's using it aggressively in this game. Put the card in your junkyard now that we're talking about it. TCG, put it here. There we are. And we can't see all of the cards in the junkyard. We see there's a veteran Geocore warrior that was discarded. Can we see it? No, I don't control this group. Can we see the other cards? Nope. Well, I don't think it matters that much. Now it's what's happening? It says it's TCG's turn. Okay, I skipped a turn then. Game G1's turn, he played a Geocore warrior for 2 resource, pretty standard move. I hope he is following the rules. I should actually have checked. Both players have submitted their decks before entering the tournament, and I didn't check to see if they were tournament legal. Game G1 is one of our most experienced players, so I assumed that he would be creating a tournament legal deck. I shouldn't be assuming. And that's the whole reason we approved the decks in the first place. Actually, let's just check right now. I have the submissions here. Let's see how many Geocore Warriors we have in our deck. And we have 4, which makes it tournament legal. Yeah, there are no cards that appear more than 4 times in either these players' decks. So everything is under control. Everything is legal, perfectly legal. Okay. What do we have here? TCG saying, I played the same deck against you 2 weeks ago. Oh, okay, I remember, yeah. And TCG, if you're not a mill deck, a mill strategy, which means if you're not trying to get your opponent's cards in the arsenal to 0, there's really not much reason to use the sewer spell on your opponent, at least. What did that accomplish, TCG? Maybe you have some interesting, intricate strategy, actually. I would be interested in seeing what that is. So, it's Game G1's turn, adding resource, actually removing resource. Well, I guess he just made the simple calculation, added and removed the resource in one go, played a small Shuna. So we have a really similar start to last game from Game G1. Really, really similar. And we have a gas planet, which just produces Violet. So that's much likely part of game from... Oh, this card is very likely from Cheatastcg's Galaxy deck. Practically 100% certain. Okay, and it's TCG's turn. It's kind of hard to enunciate your name, Cheatastcg. Okay, we have a robot strategy. So he played a battle robot, which is a 2-cost robot with quick shot, and an Iron Wing, which gets 2 additional power if there are robots inside of it. So a neat combo, and it looks like it's this violet and red deck is a robot deck. A little bit unfortunate with the flip on the Explorer here. So it looks like in this game, Game G1 with the orange deck will be the expansive strategy, because Violet and red are the most aggressive colors, the most direct. So I'm not sure if orange will get first to their opponent's home planet. It will be an interesting clash of the same strategy, sort of a bit of a mirror match in terms of strategy, unless Game G1 decides to go expansive. We'll see. No. Right now, at least as of now, he's deciding to go forward, which I'm not sure is a good idea, since the Iron Wing has 3 power and 3 health, and your Shuna has 1 power and 1 health. What are you doing? You don't have any resource here, so I guess that would be a misplay from Game G1's point. And now it's TCG's turn, and unless I'm very mistaken, he's going to destroy the Shuna along with the Geocore Warrior. That was a bad mistake for Game G1. He should have known better. So both players are playing really fast. You can see they've both played a few games on OCTGN. They're accustomed to the interface, which is really good for live streaming. Sometimes these games, if players don't know how the interface works, it can go, they can go up to an hour, maybe even more. We have a reaction on TCG's turn by game G1. Oh, that was their plan. Choose a unit you control and a unit you don't control in range 0. They deal damage to each other equal to their power. Ooh, that was a good one. Wait a second. No. It says in range 0. You don't have resource in range 0. That's not how it works. Put that card back into your hand, game G1. In order to play a card, you need to remove resource from a planet, and you play that card on that planet, except for actions and reactions, which usually have an effect that doesn't have to do with the specific space they were on. But in this case, Duel of Honor specifically says that you need to choose a unit you control and don't control, both of which need to be in range 0, which means on the space you played this reaction. And to play the reaction you need resource, and game G1 didn't have any resource here, so he didn't play it from there. So for now, we'll give him the card back into his hand and the resource as well. Oh, I get it. Well, no, I don't get it. I think it means units not from the resource. Ah, okay, I guess I understand what game G1 is talking about. He's talking about in range 0, so I guess what, let me just check the wording on this card, and maybe there can be an easier wording for it. Because he thought that the units need to be in range 0 of each other, but the resource can be anywhere, which is, I guess, a reasonable interpretation. Let me just write here Duel of Honor. And in parentheses, reword, question mark. I'll figure that out later. Now it's game G1's turn. Wait a second, did TCG not attack? Again? He got distracted by this reaction that wasn't played. What's going on? Let me just say. TCG, how can you do such mistakes? You had it in your hand. I don't know what that means. You had this battle won. Well, I guess it makes it even though. Well, you need to pay attention. TCG. Let me just check really quickly. Yeah, on his turn. No, he added resource, and game G1 played a card. That card wasn't played after all, and he ended the turn. So yeah, he didn't attack. TCG, you don't have to watch the live stream. You're playing the game. Actually, if both of you don't watch the live stream, that would make it easier for me to commentate and say what each player should be doing right now. So please, if it's okay with you, don't watch the live stream. So anyway, it's game G1's turn, and he boarded the Iron Wing, and now the Iron Wing has no units inside of it, and Game G1 gains control of the planet, and the Iron Wing is now unattended, so any unit that goes inside of it will gain control of it. Now, what do we have here? No resource on the geyser planet. We have a robot here, and a Geocore warrior with how much damage on it? With 2 damage. So this doesn't mean that Game G1 wins next turn, because the pollution bot will deal 3 damage to the warrior, destroying it. So if the warrior decides to attack the pollution bot, both of the cards will be destroyed. If the Shuna decides to attack the pollution bot, all 3 cards will be destroyed. And at the end of the battle, there won't be any units on the home planet, which means that by default, it reverts to, it still remains in TCG's control. And now it's TCG's turn. He's adding resource to his home planet. Hopefully he'll be able to bounce back this game. And let's see. We have a laser blast from TCG, which deals 2 damage to any 1 object in range 1. So I'm assuming the Shuna, which will destroy the warrior as well. So yeah, he has successfully... Wait! Is that the end of the game? Already? Oh, that's unfortunate that Game G1 has to go. It was just getting interesting. Well, okay, so it's 1-1. And apparently Game G1 has to go. So we have a tie. And we need a tiebreaker, right? So I'll play instead of Game G1, I guess. And Cheatastcg, choose your best deck, because I will choose my best deck. No, that's not true. I'll choose this interesting concoction that I've created. But we'll play together. Let me just type it in since you're not in the live stream anymore. Ah, he left. Let me just create the game. Tooling Wind Chime. And hopefully we'll catch TCG. I don't know where to contact him since he's not in the chat anymore. I'll just write it here anyway, just in case. Actually, let's go to the community chat in Octagon and look for his name. Cheatastcg. Oh, it looks like he's not online anymore. So that means that we didn't get to play against Cheatastcg. Well, that means that this is... Oh, wait a second. I was wrong. Let's start the game. Okay, this would be fun. Please, though, Cheatastcg, don't watch the live stream, because you'll be able to see my cards. That's cheating. Okay, so we'll boot this game. And it's taking a bit, so Octagon is not responding. There we are. Let's hide errors, and now you'll be able to see the game from a different perspective, from the gamer's perspective. Let's load the Galaxy decks first, which I have here. And I'll use my Violet and Yellow control deck that I made today. Not sure if control is a good strategy in Multiverse as of yet. Plus, this specific deck, I made it so it will be very... Why can't I find the right card? There, no, that's actually this. The gas pond would be the right card. I designed it so it would be frustrating to play against. Well, that's sort of true. It's just that controlled decks usually are frustrating to play against. And I haven't really tested too much the control strategy, not the hardcore version at least. Let's wait a second. Let's wait up all this, take control, and I'm not that used to taking control of multiple cards at the same time. Are you done? Okay, he's done. Can we take control of the entire deck? No, unfortunately not. So we'll just have to do it manually. And okay. What do we have here? We have a green planet. So, TCG, you've got a bunch of decks ready for play. Let's shuffle this deck here, and let's... oh, I'm not doing the right thing. Let's distribute these cards in the galaxy. So there's 10 cards in each galaxy deck, and there are 19 hexagons on the galaxy board, which means that one galaxy card is left over. That card goes into a specific zone in the game, which is it's just called the remove from game zone, where all cards that are removed from the game go. And there it is. I will load my arsenal now, which is this one, and give a nice good luck and high five. And let's roll a 20-sided die, even though we actually rolled them automatically. I rolled a 7. TCG, what do you roll? A 4. Okay, I go first then. Let's draw some cards and see. Actually, let's shuffle it. It's shuffled automatically. So my deck is mostly violet. That's why I choose mono violet card, the mono violet planet as my home planet. But I have a few yellow actions that allow me to draw more cards, which is something that is needed in a control deck. So let's see if this Vioilet-Yellow deck has any potential. Let's add resource. Oh, wait a second. I didn't actually look at my cards. Let's see. Maybe I need to mulligan. I have a unit, another unit, another unit, an action, and a structure. Sure, that's fine. Let me just type keep. TCG, will you keep as well? Keep, nice. And let's add some resource. So 2 violet. And there's no violet, so I'll be adding black instead of violet. And let's see, do we have something that costs 2? We have, oh, this is the perfect turn 1 play. Let's play this card, the Oil Miner, which says, at the beginning, actually let's pass the turn, and then I'll explain the card, which says, at the beginning of your turn, if Vernar Oil Miner is on a planet, discard a card from your arsenal. If it was a unit, add violet. So it's a really cheap way to get cards into your junkyard if you need them, and it also gets you resource, which is useful, but only in decks with a lot of units. And now on second thought, maybe this isn't the best deck for it because it doesn't have all that many units. It has a lot of actions and let's see actually. Okay, so it's the beginning of my turn, so let's do it. And I get a unit, so this turn I get, instead of 2, I get 3 resource, which is really, really good. Actually, I seem to remember having a lot of units in this deck now that I think of it. Most of the actions are either destructive or give me more cards. Now we have 3 resource, and I can play my striker, which is my structure. It has range 1, and this structure's Maso Paralyzer. Wait, are these 2 different cards? There are. Okay, this card says whenever product striker is in a nebula, it gains quick shot. And the structure's Maso Paralyzer attacks it can't move during the opponent controls next turn. What's better at the beginning of the game? I think this card. I don't know actually. We'll see. I'll put the oil miner inside of the ship by turning the card 90 degrees, and let's go exploring. So I'm not sure if I'm going for the aggressive or expansive strategy right away, but just in case I'll go here. So it's not the worst, even though this forest planet doesn't add yellow or violet resource. There's a chance it will add violet because it's still a planet. So it's not too bad. Okay, what is this card? It's a human. So this card here we have in our hand needs a human in the junkyard. As an additional cost to play Mindless Soldier, remove a human in any junkyard from the game, and it's a very powerful unit for its cost with Intimidate as well. Intimidate means that it cannot be blocked, for lack of a better word, by units with lower power. So it's a really powerful card, and it goes really well with the oil miner. In fact, there's a bit of a theme here, a graveyard theme. Even if I'm trying to create a control deck, actually, let me put this card there. Is this a unit? It is! Wow, I'm on a roll. Let's add some resource. First 2 green, then 1, that's the wrong thing. Tokens markers, add tokens markers, 1 violet and 2 violet here. Okay, then draw a card for the turn. We have a few yellow cards here that we can't play as of now, but since we have a ship, we can start moving around and maybe exploring and finding these spaces. So we have a robot here we could play. We could play the Mindless Soldier. Oh no, we can't actually. We need 2 violet resource. We can play the Striker here. What does it do? It's another ship. Not quite sure if that's the right move. Probably not. Let's just move to the side. What is this? It's the farmer. Yeah, the farmer is not the best thing to have my opponent have. But let's reveal this place here. What do we have? Oh, nice gas planet. So I think right now we're going for a more expansive strategy. Since our opponent isn't really doing all that much, we can at least start building our empire, our bases in the galaxy. Let me just see. I don't think I need anything. I could play the bot scavenger here. We have... yeah, let's do this actually. I'll play the bot scavenger on this space. And when I play it, it has an effect which says When it comes into play, return any one unit from your junkyard into your hand. And I will return another oil miner into my hand and play it into my starting space by paying 2 resource. Now, every time okay, let's pass the turn because that's everything I'm going to do. Next time, at the beginning of my turn, there's a chance I will get 1 resource on my home planet as well as on this gas planet, which is a nice thing to have. Now let's see. Obviously you can see that the grain farmer is much more reliable in terms of gaining resource, and it has slightly better stats. It's debatable if it has better stats, but it costs 1 more resource, so you cannot play it on turn 1. And the oil miner has this interesting ability that it puts cards into your junkyard. Actually, I think, yeah, these effects stack, and they're independent, so that's interesting. We have a structure, a ship with cargo and boarding, and it cannot board if it has resource, so it doesn't have boarding right now. And this is my trap. This is one of my nebulas. This is terrible thing for most decks, except for my deck, which is control, and it's built to be effective in the long game. Now we have 3 places that give us resource. I have 2 resources there, which isn't really that useful. Actually, that's another unit. Wait a second. I don't know if these stack or not. Let's just say that I get resource on both planets right now. I think I'll need to rework this in the future. I got really lucky this time. 3 units in a row. I mean, maybe half of my deck is units, but still, that's pretty lucky. Let's draw a card. Another yellow card. So I better start exploring. I mean, go ahead and continue exploring so that I can get to a yellow planet. Now let's see. We have 3 resources here. What's this? We have some units. I guess we have 3 resources here. Does our ship have? No, it doesn't have. What's it called? Boarding. Let's move forward with our ship. Nice. This is the city planet, which adds yellow and violet. So this will be very useful later for drawing cards. And since we have 3 resources here, I'm not sure I'm going to play something, but since we already have a unit there, let's play a ship here. Cost 3, put it back to 0. Put the oil miner inside of the ship, and I'm not sure if we should go here. No, I don't think so, since this ship doesn't have porting. Let's move to this space, and it's all right. It's a nebula, and this card says if this card is in a nebula, it gains quick shot. Even though it can't move next turn, that's not too bad, since this is a deck that's slow, and it likes when the game is slow. Next turn. The reason why I'm saying it's not that big of a deal is because we have a lot of things to do with all of these cards that we need to draw. Like next turn we'll be able to draw 2 cards, and we'll have 5 resources here, 2 here, and 2 here, maybe 3. Unfortunately, I can't really do too much with this green resource there. So the Shallop cannot move this turn, which is part of the ability of the Nebula. And that's it for the turn. Yeah, see, it slows down your opponents as well as it slows down you. Except I have some cards that actually combo with the Nebulas. So let's add some resource here. Let's discard a card, and it was an action, so we don't get this extra extra violet resource, which isn't too bad. We got 3 in a row. I'm not complaining. And we'll add 1 violet and 1 yellow, even though we're going to probably pay it right away, depending on what we draw. Okay, let's draw. What do we have? Another oil miner. Wow. I think I have 4. Okay, let me think. I think I should play purchase assets, draw 2 cards. I'll pay the resource, and with more information I'll be able to have a better idea on what to do. Let's draw 1 card and another card. What do we have here? We have an assassination, I see. Destroy any unit in range 0. And a stealth ship, which costs 2 resource. And has boarding, which could be important. Right now we're set pretty well, so this ship cannot move this turn. This is a 3/1 robot. Mindless soldier. Technically I could play both these cards. Probably, yeah. That's probably the right way to go. Let's just, even though it's far away from anything. Okay, let's play the Mindless Soldier, and I have to remove from my junkyard a unit, right? Any unit or a human. A human. Burn supplies. Burn supplies. I think I have it. Yeah, I have another of these. Let's remove it from the game. Put these back into the junkyard. And then let's pay 2 resource for this boarding ship. Ooh, that's actually a bit dangerous, since it has 1 health. Maybe my opponent has asteroid fields lying around, which deal 1 damage at the end of the turn to everything on top of them. Let's reveal this space, and I'll move here like this. It's a nebula. Good to know. Not too bad. Now, next turn I'll be able to move this ship here, or actually maybe get my bot scavenger and start moving forward. Interesting. I think we're set up pretty well. We have another sanction, we have another purchase assets ready to go. And next turn we'll be able to play sanction. Okay. So if you don't know much of the game, if you're watching the live stream and you don't know much of the game, I don't know how can I help. Well, this is a Multiverse Cosmic Conquest, a trading card game of my creation. And you're seeing it played on a virtual tabletop called OCTGN. You can play this version of the game for free with anybody in the Talk Arts community. Talk Arts is the company responsible for Multiverse. Anyway, let's see. We have a Queen of the Colony being played. That was it. What does it do? It buffs all the support creatures, which we don't have right now. And at the beginning of the turn, put a green support creature onto the Queen of the Colony. So it looks like this green deck is defending its home planet pretty well. And I'm not going to, I don't think, okay, let me get rid of this card. Is it a unit? It is a unit. Okay, so how many oil miners do I have? I have one here. Okay. Ah, they're not on planets. Ah, that doesn't matter. Let's add some resource. So we have 4 resource there, 6 resource here, which I can't do much with. We have, this is a nebula, right? Yeah, it's a nebula. This is a place with 2 resource. It's a bit far from everything else. Maybe I can play something here and start moving with that on board. None here, and let's add resource 1 yellow and 1 violet. I like this strategy of having mostly violet cards in my deck and have a few yellows which can be played from anywhere in the galaxy, so that I can put some city planets. Okay, let me think. I think I'll just purchase assets right away. Draw some cards. Put this back in the back here. Now see, okay, we have extort. Any one player discards 2 cards. Oh, they have 6 cards. It's not that powerful right now. So this can't move. This can, though. Let's start moving it away. Ooh, empty space. This means next turn I'll be able to move twice. This is definitely not from my galaxy deck. 4 resource here. Okay, we have a miner. Do we have a ship that costs 2? No, we don't. We have a ship that costs 3. I think I should probably play an oil miner somewhere, just so I have the resource ready. So 2 resource there. I don't know if there's much of a difference if I played there or there. Yeah, I'll probably play it here, so that next turn I'll be able to play this debilitator either way if I discard a unit or not. I'll move this there. Let me think. It doesn't have to be there. Let's just move it. This has boarding, right? So let's move it this thusly and put this card in there for later. Nice. I think that's it. Extort anyone but 2 cards. That's it. So we're at 7 spaces in the galaxy. This is going perfectly. Our opponent really isn't doing all that much. Let's see. They have a lot of units, and I think they should be starting to move towards us. Not sure if they'll be able to do it effectively with all of these nebulas going around. I think I have a couple more hidden. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1 in 5 is a nebula. It's not that great of a chance. So, okay, we have a support creature, which is a 2 power, 2 health. 2 resource, actually 3, right? Yeah, the grain farmer is still there. And he's exploring something. Let's see. City planet. I wasn't doing that much good, but thankfully he has resource, a green resource that he can use to play cards. So he'll still be able to play something here, even though it's not ideal. I think that's going to be the end for his turn, unless he's going to play something right now. Let's see. What should we do next time? I think we can play Sanction next time. Because it... Oh, actually, he plays something right now. A ship. Ooh, I don't think that was that great of an idea. I guess if you want to move somewhere else, it's good. But he wasted all the green resource he had on this planet that creates yellow and violet, which isn't that useful for him. He could have waited next turn. Hey, Game G1 is back. He's a spectator here. Let's say hi to him. And it looks like our opponent TCG is going to decide to move somewhere. Now I have 3 different ships. One has boarding and 2 units inside of it. One deals 4 damage and one deals 3. The Meso Paralyzer is a ranged unit. I mean a ranged ship. What is this? This one gets quick shot sometimes. This isn't that great of a card actually. Pretty mediocre. My mic's off. Oh, that was really bad if it's off. Is it off? No, it isn't. It's showing perfect. Is my mic off? Can you hear me? That would explain it. If my mic were off, if my mic's off, then let's go back here to Octagon. Game G1 can't hear me. That's unfortunate. Let me just push play on the live stream. My mic isn't off. It isn't off at all. Okay, it's not off. Why is Game G1 saying such things? It's working fine. Let me just pause this because I'm hearing myself. Anyway, whose turn it is? It's still Game G1's turn. Yes. And he got stuck in the nebula, which is unfortunately. That's mine. Okay, now let's start adding some resource. Actually, before I do that, let's get rid of a card, and it is an action. Oh, not to worry. 2 resource there, none here. I put all of the nebulas here so that the game would be slower and I could have enough time to build up resource to play so many cards. Even though even I am getting slowed down by this. Let's put 2 more there. Even though I'm getting slowed down by this, the fact that I'm able to have so much resource is counteracts that. Okay, we have a Martial Coup, which is a very, very good card against opposing expansive strategies. Now, I think this might be the right time to play Sanction, although I don't know, maybe I'll wait another turn. Let's see, so the Boita doesn't have any power. My Paralyzer can go here and okay, and attack it. And this means that his Boita won't be able to move next turn as well. Now, we are at 8 spaces in the galaxy. I think I won, because once I conquered 10 spaces in the galaxy, I win the game. So let's reveal this. Let's go there. And let's reveal this. And go there. That's 10. Oh, that's not very interesting. We didn't get a lot of interaction. Well, that's not our fault, though. We played pretty much exactly how we wanted to. The long game, the attrition. GG. So, okay, you've seen a few different versions of Multiverse. You've seen an aggressive strategy, an expansive strategy, and this control strategy that I used, which is a bit frustrating to play against, as you've seen with all these nebulas going around. I've written a few things down. I'll give both Game G1 and Cheatastcg 2 points, 2 player points, because I'm feeling generous today. Thanks for watching, and hopefully this will make a good video, because I'll be making this into a video. I've also been recording separately, not only using Twitch, but using my own software. So maybe the audio will be better there. And hopefully you've learned something today. Either way, this was a very good first live stream for a game of Multiverse. We had some audio issues, but other than that, it's been all right. I'll have to listen to the audio. Maybe there are still some issues. Anyway, thanks for watching, and that's it for this time. I don't know. Check out for updates on the next Multiverse live stream on Facebook and on Twitter and on our website. We have all the updates there as well. That's it. Keep it up.